Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining the Safer Communities Workshop Series. My name is Patricia. Of course, we have Derek, our co-facilitator, and we have Stevie. We have Neela. Wave, Neela, wave. Thank you. We have Sierra in her brand new hoodie. We have Tajon.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome, Tajon. We have Jaden there. And we have Julian. Wonderful, wonderful. Jaden is like, yes, yes. Or he's just stretching, one of the two. So today we are going to talk a little bit about mistakes. So let's just dive in, all right? Okay, so we're talking a little bit about the fact that mistakes happen. Put up your hands if you've ever done a mistake.
The time, every day.
Every day, all the time? All right, Tajon, tell us the time.
I would say like recently I went to bed very late, like 2 or 2:30 in the morning. For me, I take a while to fall asleep, but when I do fall asleep, I tend to be a deep sleeper. So, and it's just bad habits like watching um cartoons, anime, stuff like that. I go to bed very late. It's just a bad habit. But just because of COVID, that's one of my
Okay.
mistakes. And there's times where I'm not the most organized. When I have to go somewhere, I'm not a morning person. So mistakes like that. There's
Okay.
a list of other things, but that's just an example.
So the mistake of going to bed a little bit later than you know in your brain that you should just because you're doing something so much fun, right?
On your phone, yeah, especially that.
Neela, you're nodding your head. What's a mistake that you've done before?
A mistake I've done. A mistake I've done was I made a mistake when I did the same thing as like when I watched the wrong videos.
Okay.
Like when I let stuff get the best of me. That's a
So
mistake.
making a poor judgment call then, right?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. And Stevie, what is a mistake? What is a mistake, Stevie?
When you forget about something.
Okay, so when you maybe you forget to do the right thing,
Yeah.
right? Excellent. Julian, what would you say a mistake is?
Well, I've done one before.
Okay, but what is a mistake?
Well, there's Friday. There's one Friday during Lent day I can't have meat. I once forgot and had it anyway.
Okay, so you had made kind of a bit of a promise to not eat meat,
Well,
but then you forgot, right? You didn't do it purposely. You didn't wake up going, I want meat.
no, I didn't. Hey, how did it fall?
Right? You did it by mistake.
It's okay. At least I remember now.
Excellent. Okay, so you make a promise and then you forget it. Okay, what about you, Jaden? Have you made a mistake before?
You broke my promise? Uh-oh.
You've done one too? Did you make a mistake in the house or outside of the house?
Both.
Outside?
Both.
Both, okay. So you can make mistakes at home and outside. Okay, the thing is, everybody makes mistakes, right? Okay, and there are kind of two types of mistakes that I was thinking about when I was thinking about mistakes. And one of them is a mistake with sort of action. Okay, when you make a mistake through your actions. So, Sierra, what would be a mistake that you would make through your actions?
That maybe you forgot to take out the garbage and your mom will had to ask you to take out the garbage.
Okay, so you forgot to help out.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about a mistake that you make with somebody's emotions? This is a little bit of a trickier one. What do you think, Tejan?
Yeah, that's a really tricky one, but a lot of people who make mistakes based on emotions tend to be very over emotional and take things way too personally. Also, very sensitive. I've been known for making mistakes like that a lot in the past. You know, people who, try to tell me stuff, give me some tough love. I took it too personally. A lot of people like that tend to be very emotional and just very sensitive. And there's also people like that who are very hot-headed. They don't think before they
Mm-hmm.
speak. There's a saying that says actions speak louder than words. I mean, if you don't think before you do something really bad, it can have consequences. So there's a lot of different examples to that. So
No,
this one comes to mind.
absolutely, absolutely. You know, when you misunderstand what somebody is saying, or you say something that somebody else misunderstands what you're trying to say,
Especially
right?
from text messages, it's so easy to misinterpret text messages. It's just ridiculous. Like someone could be saying something, you could think that means something else. You could easily take it as an insult, but they don't mean as an insult. It happens all the time. It's very
Yeah, I
frustrating.
find too, you know what's really tricky is those little emojis.
Yeah,
I
same.
did not realize I take emojis for their face value. So when I
Same.
put a smiley face emoji up, it just means I'm happy. Or if I put a flower up, it just means, oh, just something beautiful. But apparently, for some people, they think that emojis mean certain things that aren't necessarily in your face. So I think that's something kind of tricky that we have to sort of think about these days, right? But I think the biggest part about mistakes is that it all happens. It happens to each and every one of us. And the best thing that we can do is to encourage ourselves, right? To encourage ourselves to try again. And one thing I like to do also is to try and just sort things out as soon as possible. So if you do a mistake, or if a mistake occurs, it's something that you're not intending to do to hurt somebody else. But if you notice that somebody else is not necessarily responding in the way that you thought they would respond and you made a mistake, yikes. The best thing to do is to address it ASAP so that you kind of clear the air up between the two of you, right? And you clear the air up between that situation. So I'm going to turn it over to Derek, and he's going to help us practice some of this stuff.
All right. Well, thank you, Patricia. Life lesson co-host. So happy to be with everyone again. Mistakes. I've made a mistake. Stevie always tells me when I'm driving, hey, Dad, you went the wrong way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I gotta, waste some gas and then, and especially when it's on the highway. So we're going to talk about making mistakes. As always, life lesson co-hosts, I have a great book here. It's Bubblegum Brain, Ready Mindset Grow. And so meet Bubblegum Brain and Brick Brain.
What's their name?
And these are two kids with two very different mindsets.
What's their name?
Okay, their names are Bubblegum Brain and Brick Brain. Bubblegum Brain likes to have fun adventures, learn new things, and doesn't worry about making great mistakes. Brick Brain is convinced that things are just fine the way they are, and there's not much he can do to change them. So why even try? Right? So I wonder, what happens? We blank from our mistakes, and teachers help us do this. What do you think, co-hosts? We blank from our mistakes. What do you think? And often it happens at school. Julian, what do you think?
Learn.
We learn, correct. And some people are really good at math. I wasn't so always good at math, but it's interesting because I'm teaching math. And some people are really good at spelling. Put your hand up if you're good at math.
It
Put
kind
your
of
hand.
depends. If you're talking about like basic math, I could do, but algebra, no, I can't.
Oh, okay. Hold on there, Tejan. Yeah, I'm talking basic math. Put your hand up if you consider yourself good at spelling. Yeah. So it's different mindsets, right? And different abilities. All right. So I'm going to show you some math problems. There's A, B, C, and D. Simple, simple, simple. Right. Now, have I made any mistakes? There's question A. Give me a thumbs up if you feel that that is correct. 4 plus 5 equals 9. Okay.
That's right.
Good. That's right. Okay. What about letter B? 5 takeaways or subtract 3 equals 1. Thumbs
No.
up, thumbs down. No. Okay, question number 3, multiplication. 4 times 2 is 8.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep,
Okay.
that's correct.
And D, 10 plus 5 equals 14.
Nope,
Close, but
it's
wrong.
15.
Close, close, close. All right. So what would you do to learn, right? And often I do this with my students. What do I have here?
It's an eraser.
It's an eraser. So which letters should I erase, right?
B and D.
Mistake. Sorry?
B and D.
E, okay. So, Mr. Julian, what is, or someone else, 5 take away 3? I had 1. What is it? What's 5 take away 3, Stevie?
I know it's 2.
2. All right. So I'm learning from my mistakes. And that's all it is we put a 2. Okay. And we can use building blocks in that. It's called manipulatives, right? And what's another one? Neela, Sierra, Jaden, what do you think? What other letter can I correct? Or Tejan?
It's D.
D. All right. 10 plus 5. What's the correct answer?
15.
15, right. So I'll take that. Okay, 15, right. So some people, they do corrections with their math. Now, what do I have here? I've got oranges, I've got apples, I've got bananas, and I've got pears. What do we see that's a bit strange here, life lesson?
We spelled the word oranges wrong.
Ooh, Neela, can you help me out? Because I'm learning from Julian. What am I learning from?
Learning from a mistake.
That's right. So Neela, can you help me? I've got Oringes. So where
Maybe I would suggest sounding it out.
Yeah, but can someone help me? I think the spelling is incorrect. You're right, I think.
It
It's
is.
Yeah, you have to remove the I and put an A on it. That's how you spell
Okay, all right. So there we are. Oranges.
That's correct.
All right, what about apples? Does apples look good, Stevie?
Yeah.
Right. Jaden, what do you think? Apples are good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ooh, bananas. I like bananas. Okay.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna leave bananas alone, right?
You mean bananas? Just kidding.
All right. So bananas. What am I gonna do there?
Better remove some ends because it looks like bananas. I
Yeah, bonanza. How do you spell banana?
think it's Bananas.
All right. Excellent. Thank you, Julian.
I like my funny way, bananer.
Bananas.
That is
And I love a beautiful Bartlett pear. Pears, right? Here, I've got some pears. What do you
Oh.
think? Sierra, is that good? Pears?
Pear.
Jaden?
No.
No, what do you think? Should I take a letter out? Yeah,
More like change it.
I would change. How about I change the second E to an A? It's
That is correct.
P-E-A-R-S. Excellent. Excellent. Well, what I would like you to do, if you have a piece of paper, is to write 3 words, and one of them doesn't fit, right? So you could argue that it's a mistake, and then we have to figure out where the mistake is. Okay? So on a piece of blank paper, just write down, it could be, think of a topic, and one of 3 items, right, that doesn't fit. And we have to try to figure it out. So really it's a mistake, but we're learning from our mistake. Now you could say, well, you're making a purposeful mistake. I often do that so that my students will learn, right? I make mistakes all the time, don't I, Stevie?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And when you're ready, just let us know. So what do you got there for us, Patricia?
Okay, I have Neela,
Neela,
Mom,
Mom.
and Stevie.
Which one doesn't fit?
Hmm.
Neela, Mom, and Stevie. Any thoughts? Stevie, what do you think? 2 of them go together, Neela, Mom, and one doesn't. And Stevie.
Yeah.
Everything's fine?
Yeah.
Can we get someone to help? Phone a friend.
Mom.
You think Mom doesn't fit?
No.
Okay. Well, this could
Doesn't-
go, this is interesting, and it's interesting what Patricia, because like I've got my own thoughts. Neela, Mom, and Stevie. One doesn't fit. So there, you could argue there's a mistake there. What do you think, Julie? You're smiling. Any thoughts?
I think Mom doesn't belong because Neela and Stevie belong here.
Okay. All right. Is that what you're saying, Neela, as well? Okay, great. I've got something else though. What do you think, Jaden? Neela, Mom, and Stevie. Any thoughts? What do you think, sir?
Mistake.
So you feel that there is a mistake. Okay. All right. Tejan, what are your thoughts? You look like you're in deep thought. Are you gonna
Yeah.
still go with
I
Mom?
was
Yeah, sorry, go on.
so I say that again. I was just gonna say, I was just writing some like words down and misspelling them while you guys were saying that.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna share a thought. I think that Stevie, being a male, Mom, female,
Oh,
Mila,
okay.
female, Stevie,
Hmm.
male,
Mhm.
so there's different ways of looking at it. And this goes back to the book that I was talking about, right? That Brick Brain didn't want to even try. He just wanted to stay in his cocoon where Bubble Gum Brain, right, was open to making mistakes. And it's through mistakes, Julian, that
I learned from.
you learn from your mistakes.
I also learned from failure as well.
Oh, you do. Hey, being a fan of the Toronto Maple Leafs, we learn a lot.
That's great. I wrote something down that doesn't belong as well.
Okay. All right. How are we for time, Patricia?
We
Yeah.
probably have time for maybe one more.
Okay. Tejan, did you get any words that have you written anything down? Not that you had to. Is there anyone else that has something that
Yeah.
okay, go ahead. Floor is yours, Tejan.
Okay. I wrote down like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 words. Some of them I misspelled, some of them I didn't. Most of them I misspelled. So this might be a tricky one. I don't know if you guys could see it.
It's kind of hard. Which words did you misspell? Just if you could share, and which words were correct.
I misspelled grapes, monkey, sister, father, and what was the other one I misspelled? Give me a sec. Bummy. I took a brain fart there for a second. What was I trying to misspell here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was trying to misspell the word bunny. Okay.
Can I, and I know we've got to get going, but I was just going to say I made a mistake as a teacher. I'm going to tell you this. I used to put on the board perfect spellers way back when I started. And then I noticed that a lot of my students with their spelling test weren't even trying because I wanted them to be perfect, right? Then I started talking about the most improved speller, right? And you know, that was not good of me to ask for perfection, right? Anyways, you learn from your mistakes, right? Remember that life lesson, co-hosts.
And on that very, very important note, let's wave ourselves out and wish everybody a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you for joining us, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Keep learning from those mistakes.
See you then.
Yeah, bye-bye.